So today I'm fitting wheel arch extensions to my Volkswagen Crafter. Stick around and I'll show you how to do them. So I've had delivery of 2 of these huge boxes. They carry a pair in each one, so I've had to order 2, one for the fronts, one for the back. They are identical, but you have to make a few modifications as you go. As you can see here, my wheels and tyres do stick over about 25-30mm outside the arches, and the problem is mud and rain gets splattered up the side of the van. I wasn't going to do this because I think it looks a little bit more tougher, but I've just had enough of cleaning it and this will make it so much better. Whilst I was researching what actual wheel arch extensions I'm going to get, you can get the thinner, sleeker type that matches the van, or you can get the real heavy aftermarket versions which just look a little bit too plasticky for me, so I've gone for the genuine ones. So back in the garage, let's unbox one and see what we've got inside. Now these are MAN genuine parts, Volkswagen, but if you're doing the front and the backs, you're going to need 2 pairs. They only come 1 pair per box, and in them they come with tabs. Now these are supposed to be clipped on to the MAN vans with the double wheelbase, not the double wheelbase, the double wheels at the back to carry extra weight. And on the MAN they have holes in the side panels to actually clip these in, but when you're putting them on a Crafter or an ordinary MAN, you have to cut the clips off, which I will show you in a minute. So let's unbox and see what we've got in the box. So you get a pair wrapped in bubble wrap, as you can see. Take one off. So this is what they look like. They are genuine parts, so the actual finish of the actual trims is the same as the finish on the side panels of the van, so they should match exactly. They come with tabs for the screws, and these are the tabs you get. Let's put that on the camera. So you got these ones here. Now these have to be cut off so they sit flush with the van. I'm just going to use a pair of snips and a Stanley knife just to cut them trim. These are little self-adhesive 3M sticky back. I am going to get some more tape and continue it along here as well, just to make sure it's really stuck on, especially as we'd be cutting off these tabs. Same on the other side as well. You just have to cut these off and then put some more adhesive on. So let's start by cutting off the tabs. Just before I cut off the tabs, I have noticed that marked on them is L and R, so I presume that means left and right of the van. So being in the UK, these are right hand drive, so left will be the passenger seat, right will be the driver's seat. So, and I presume that's because that's where the holes line up as well, but we'll have a look at that once I cut the tabs off and put on the extra adhesive strips. So I'm just going to use a bit of sandpaper, an ordinary knife and some cutters just to cut these trims off. What I'm going to do is to just go over them with a little bit of sandpaper just to make them smooth, so it sits against the bodywork a lot better. Okay, so after you've cut the tabs off and cleaned them up, then I'm going to put some extra tape in. Now I've got this 3M tape. It's exactly the same stuff as they used on the actual fittings itself. I got it from Amazon. I'll put a link in the description for this. So I'm going to pull it all the way to the end, both sides, following on the manufacturer's ones, but first I'm going to give it a little clean with an alcohol wipe. Now this wipe actually comes with the tape, so you don't have to buy that separately. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a wipe over, because it leaves a little bit of dust on it, and there also might be a little bit of grease as well. So I'm just going to clean them up just before I put the tape on. And it isn't a bad idea either, if you've got the alcohol wipe, just to give the whole trim a complete wipe, because notice there's a little bit of like manufacturing dust on it, and you can also see if anything's damaged as well, and it takes off all the grease and dirt. So after that's all cleaned, what I'm going to use is the tape, and then put it all the way along where just following the line of the original tape. Okay, so just a heads up, if you're doing 4 arches, so 2 pairs, you're going to need 2 rolls of this, because 1 roll isn't not going to be enough. So once all the tape is on, we can go back out to the van and actually install them. I've ordered some extra of these like trim screws. They've got the Torx head, those are exactly the same as the ones on the van, but I've ordered some extras because on the front arches you're going to have to drill 2 holes into the plastic to install the wings of these trims. They don't come actually installed on the van, so you have to drill 2 separate holes. I got these from Amazon. Again, I will leave the link in the description. So there you go, both of them now taped up. So they're ready to now install in the van. I've used the extra tape as before, so you can see that it's completely covered. That should give me a nice bonding surface on both the metal and on the existing plastic trims. So the hardest part about putting these on is getting the actual backing off the tape. On the original manufacturer's ones, it's got these little tabs, which is easy to lift off, but on the ones I've bought there's no tabs, and it's really difficult to actually undo the tape. It's a bit fiddly, so just have to persevere. So I'm going to do these on the bench before I take them outside. Off, it was a bit of a mission, but I got it off in the end with the edge of a blade of a knife. So I'm going to go outside and then offer them up. Offer the holes up, get the actual screws out of the original bumper first of all. You'll see what I mean when I go out there. Okay, so first of all I'm just going to give it the area a good old clean with some soap and water, just to get all the grime off. And then I'm going to go over some like a window cleaner, because the window cleaner contains a bit of vinegar, and that also helps break any dirt and grime. So once I was happy with the area was clean, free from dirt and grime and also body wax, then I'm going to just go over them with a little bit of panel wipe or some alcohol wipes. I bought a packet of these on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description. They're handy to have anyway, just for cleaning services prior to putting this silver adhesive tape on. So these are the little actual screws that's got to be removed. You can see they're just like a Torx head, and this is just a case of using a Torx head driver and just opening them up. They're only in plastic, so they come off really easy, but they're the 4 that's got to be removed first of all, 2 on each side. So they're the ones I'll be loosening off first. So it's just a case of just offering them up. I've took this off first of all, but these ones at the back are pretty easy because you can see the holes, where the holes go. So what I'm going to do is to line up one of them first, and it should be the same level as the existing trim. So let's get it placed on. I'm just going to put a screw in just to hold it in place. Use it hand tight first, and then I'm going to take off these bits of tabs to release the tape. Just make sure that's all off. And it's a case of just getting this back in place, pushing it to. It's got the line of the actual existing wheel arch line, so it's pretty easy and pretty self-explanatory. But you don't really want to have the sticky stuff sticking and then peeling it off again. It's just a case of pulling it on, push it on, get all the screws in so you know exactly you're in the right place. And then just keep on pushing it so it forms a good seal. As you can see, by keep on pushing it on, make sure all the tape is stuck to the plastic as well, and then it's a case of doing up these nuts or these Torx head screws. So there you go, they're pretty good on the back ones already. There's no gap, they fit really good, which I was hoping because they are Volkswagen parts, so they should fit perfectly. You can see there's a nice like trim gap there, and they look really good. And if you get close up, you can see now the tyre doesn't penetrate past the wheel arch itself, so that should help me reduce this mud splattering. So now the back's done, let's have a go at the fronts. So on the fronts, they aren't the same as the backs. They don't have any screw holes on the fittings on the actual trim, so you're going to have to drill some out and then put in extra screws. You get two on the back, but you can only fit one on the front because this air duct from the front of the actual grille and the bumper, there's no space to actually drill and tap a screw in, so you can only get one in there. So because there's no guide holes for you to line up the back, I'm going to align the bottom of the actual arch with the bottom of the trim here. That way it will finish equally on the other side. So to make it easier, I've removed the adhesive first of all. I don't know if that's a good idea, but we'll see. So now that's pushed into place, now I've got to get the screws in. Now the easiest way to do this is by moving the steering to one lock so you can get the drill in and fix these screws. That's what I'll be doing. So now I've moved the wheel around, you can see why you can't get a fix in here, because you've got this little air duct that comes through the front grille to, I presume, to cool the tyres down or to cool the brakes down, but that just leaves no space to put a screw. But there is space for this one, so you can get a fix in here. That's another reason why I put all that additional tape on the back, because you only get one fixing on the front. So there you go, I'm really happy with them, and I'm really happy with the way they fit. They're a little snug and they match the existing trims on the Volkswagen. So you can see they look so much better, and that should stop me from getting splashes up. Might have to put some rear mud guards up as well at some stage, but for now that will stop the splatter up against the van. So all that leaves left is to do the other side exactly the same way. So that's it, that's all four sides done now. You can see they look pretty good as well, and I think it improves the look of the van overall. So every so often I'm just going to go around each arch and giving them a good press, because I really want that adhesive to stick on the side of the van. Just it takes up any gaps, and it depends on the weather as well. If you do it on a warmer day, it should be better rather than a cold day. I can't believe how well these actually fit. It's worth spending that extra little bit of money and getting genuine Volkswagen parts. Thanks for watching. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one, which will probably be fitting my double swivel seat.